Hello everyone and welcome back to Knights and Merchants. We are playing the Shattered Kingdom. This is of course the second part for the fourth mission. We are playing as the red faction against the yellow faction, which has not seen any combat yet this series. So this video will mostly be about the combat. We are still preparing, we have already created a couple of units, but we need to get more before we can take on the fight with the enemy. Our town is looking quite nice, we have a good economy going on. We do still have some issues with infrastructure. You can see here for example that this coal mine is still filled with coal. So we need some people to come pick it up. The same for this vineyard, as you can see. Mostly these southern buildings have some issues with the infrastructure. I have already recruited some more servants, but I could probably use some more. So let's actually speed up the process while we are constructing more units. You can see that we have a lot of weapons. We have 58 axes right now. We are lacking a little bit in leather armor, but that is to be expected in games, in missions like this. It's very difficult to get enough leather armor to match up with the axes, but we are doing the best that we can. We are actually constructing a new unit right now. 12 more soldiers will join the fight. Some of these guys are also getting hungry, so they need to be fed. I think that we are getting very close to where I'm actually starting to attack the enemy. Maybe one or two more units and then I should be engaging these yellow forces over here. But we have to wait a little bit before that happens. We have another unit of X-Fighters coming up, 12 more soldiers. And yeah, it's just going very well. We are pumping out units at a rapid pace. We actually make too many X's almost. We could make a lot of militia. You can see here that there's a single militia running over the field. Let's slow it down a little bit. This was my scout, because at this moment, I can show you, I do not actually know where the enemy is yet. Well, I know where they are, because I've played this mission many times before, but I couldn't actually see them yet. So I figured I'd just make one militia soldier, just to take a look at where the enemy is. I see that I'm not moving him any further, I don't know why. There he goes. So I just wanted to see what the enemy had, what their exact locations were, because it's quite useful to know that their horses are in the middle and their axes are in the south and their spears are in the north, so that you can... Oh, I'm actually located on player 2 now, I don't know why. So that I know where to set my units. My spears will make the southern front, and I will try to lure these horses into the south of my formation. Let's speed it up again. I think that I should be making my lure archer very soon. Apparently not yet. I see another unit of 12 archers coming up. And yeah, as you can see at this moment, my army is clearly better than his. He does have a lot of cavalry, but against my lances, he should have no chance. I might feed them first before I start this battle. My archer is actually already in position, so let's see when he goes. There he goes. So I'm not feeding this unit yet. I probably thought I probably will lose all of them anyway, so let's just fight first. And here the battle goes. So my lancers will take the first engagement against the horses. And as you can see, currently no losses yet. They are doing very good at what they are supposed to be good at, of course, because horses are their specialty. The archers are not moving from the enemy yet, so that's very useful for me, because that means I just have 3 units of archers firing at the enemy. And one fisherman just, you can see that he's looking to his left every once in a while. But he's not too concerned, he just keeps fishing. He needs to feed his men. He needs to pay food for his family, of course, so he needs to keep fishing there. And he does not care. Alright, anyway, so the battle has already concluded pretty much. We have destroyed most of his forces. His archers are still here, but because they have no protection currently, we should be able to take them out quite easily. There's a unit of lancers coming in first, but they should be no match for my brave X-Men. Here comes his archers. They will start firing at my men. We will lose some soldiers, of course, but the losses should not be too massive. Especially because I have my archers firing as well. So the enemy goes down very quickly. Can see that I am indeed losing some, but it's not a lot. It's good. And now they should rush up to the archers, as they do. to try and finish them off. Zoom out a little bit. So now that we have almost destroyed his army, we will of course run into his city and destroy his barracks and his main building. You can see that he could easily make more soldiers if he wanted to. If he just made some recruits, he could make a massive army still. But because it's AI, it just doesn't do that for some reason. Which is fine for me. It only makes it easier for me. We still have a lot of supplies as well, so we can recruit more soldiers once this first army runs out. We have finished up his archers now and we are running into the town to mostly focus on these 4 buildings, the barracks, the inn, the storehouse and the schoolhouse. Because once those are finished, he can't do anything anymore. Back in our town, it's going quite well, economy-wise at least. We are having less issues with infrastructure. You can see that this guy has some work to do, though he still has a lot of wine barrels I should say. But these guys are no longer overstocked, they can just work and keep working. So that means that our infrastructure is going a lot better. In the battle we are destroying his last few buildings, which should not be too difficult. Let's actually speed it up, because this, like I said, should not be too difficult. We do need to be careful with these towers, because they can throw stones at us, of course. But we should be, for the most part, out of range. Actually, not sure what happens when I attack the schoolhouse. I saw one guy run over here, but he did not get hit. And that was the first enemy. So now we have one more enemy left who doesn't have a massive army either. But he does have these 4 stone towers, which could become an issue. I decided to just group up my men over here, reform their lines, and make new units, because a lot of them had some casualties, of course. For example, this guy needed 1 more soldier, and this one needed 4 more. 3 more archers were needed here. I wanted to refill these lances. And at this moment I decided I needed a little bit more room to fight, so I decided to just destroy these buildings. And as you can see, I'm also recruiting new soldiers. We are at this moment running out of gold, which was a bit of an issue, meaning that we cannot make more recruits. I have decided to build another metallurgist, something like that. I should have looked up what to pronounce it. I forgot last time. But I made one more just to make sure that my gold production would go up a little bit. So that I can keep making new recruits. Because at this moment I have 24 recruits, which is a good amount. But I need more, of course. And with 2 of these guys I can just make the gold a lot faster. Let's speed it up again, because there's not much happening. The video will last the battle lasts only about 15 more minutes, meaning that we are very close to the last battle. We are thus regrouping our men, recruiting some more. We are getting some new recruits again, because of the gold production. But it's not going too fast, but we are making new soldiers, as you can see, which should be sent to the front as well. So you can clearly see what the outcome of this battle will be, what the outcome of this mission will be. Because at this moment I think we already have the stronger army. We have 3 units of 12 archers and they only have a total of 18 archers. We have a lot more X-Men than they do. They do have 12 horses, of course, but we do have lances against them. And they only have 4 lances themselves. So basically this battle has already been decided. We are increasing even in numbers still. So this should not be a very difficult mission for us anymore. I decided to destroy some more buildings just to have enough space for my soldiers. To have enough space for them to maneuver and fight. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have actually been better not to do it. Because I have the positioning of my archers over here. And if these buildings would still be here, he would have to move through choke points with his army, meaning that my archers would be able to pick off more of his soldiers. But that is a decision that I made, and you know, it's a fine decision. So at this moment I decided to just add some militia soldiers as well. This is a bit of a mixed unit, as you can clearly see here. Both X-Men and militia soldiers. And that was kind of my end make army making before my battle before the battle started. So here comes the archer that will initiate it all. He will fire a round at the watchtower and then they should come charging towards us. Let's speed it up a little bit. No, he's not going to attack just yet. I am destroying some more buildings over here. I just wanted to make sure that I have had enough room. So here the archer goes. He's going very close. And he actually almost died because of enemy archer fire. But he managed to retreat just in time. So his cavalry is moving forward. And that is why I decided to move my lancers forward as well. To make sure that I would intercept at least one of his horse units. The other one is running into my axes. But with the support of 2 archer units they should be fine as well. And the battle is initiating. So let's just zoom in a little bit and enjoy the death of the yellow faction. So you can just see that they are dying all over the place. We are making very little losses. At this moment I also decided to send 1 unit towards the towers already. They were to destroy these towers. And as soon as all of that is done, I can just mop up what remains and destroy his buildings. So this battle is going very well for us. They have almost run out of archers. My archers are still in good condition. I don't think I've lost a single one of them. And I still have a lot of X-Fighters left to destroy whatever remains of his towers. They will throw some stones at us, but they shouldn't make too many casualties. They at least don't have enough stones to kill all of our men. And as you can clearly see, we are demolishing his towers right now. So back in town, we are still producing more recruits. Actually, I might have stopped making recruits. But we are still making more weapons. If we wanted to, we could deploy 60 more militia soldiers. So this is a very clear situation which we are in. And yeah, it's just over. This is the last stand of the yellow faction. They still have 2 towers over here. But even those 2, they will not be able to destroy enough of our men. Let's speed it up actually. Because, yeah, this is just it. The yellow faction has already been defeated. You can see all of his men dying. It's all over for them. The towers are being destroyed. They are being attacked by my archers. This one will be attacked by my militia force. Let's speed it up again. And you can see that the tower is clearly falling. I think that I do not have the actual end screen of this battle. Because it's saved just before the battle ended, of course. But we should still get a battle result, which will be interesting to look at. So let's speed it up. You can see that it's simply over. It's done. And you can see that these buildings are still alive. Replay has ended. I did not win the battle yet, but it doesn't take very long before it does. So let's press quit menu and take a look at the end battle. We only lost 75 soldiers while they lost 254 soldiers. So we clearly did better than the enemy did. Especially the reason because of that, of course, is because I always lure the enemy towards me with my archers. They are forced to get into a bad position for them, while I have a very good position and I'm just able to pick them off much easier than they are fighting against me. We produced a lot of weapons and we didn't actually create that many soldiers. We only created 118 soldiers, while we produced 488 weapons. Now, partially this is of course because it takes several weapons to equip a single soldier. An X-Man of course needs an axe, a shield and a leather armor. So it needs several weapons before you can create a soldier. We also recruited 258 peasants, which is quite a lot. You can see it over here. We, at the 45-minute mark, I would say, we actually crossed the line and we had more people than the yellow faction. And after about an hour, 45 minutes, we just had double the amount of people that they had. When we look at the resources, well, the resource tab is not too interesting. We can look at the buildings that we made. You can see that after about 45 minutes we went over them. And yeah, just completely above them. You can see that I lost one building here. I think that I destroyed a gold mine at some point because it had expired. We were no longer able to get resource from it, so I just destroyed it. Anyway, that was this video for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you still enjoy this series. If you do, please leave a comment in this comment section below. If you want to say something else about my channel, please also leave it in the comment section below. If you like this video, please leave a like on this video. And if you haven't yet, please also subscribe to my channel. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.